complain. Nobody listens after two webinars yesterday. It was and wrapping up at around about 1:30 in the morning, and then back up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm looking forward to today being over, Jacqui.
Were you the lead speaker then on these webinars, or?
No. So I handle most of the questions and
Oh, right.
getting people to answering questions, directing them to sales calls and all of that sort of thing. Because
Was this on the
as you
blueprint again?
yeah, we did the blueprint again. So yeah,
Mm.
and like it can be quite confusing to people as well. So there's
Yes,
lots and
it
lots
is.
and lots of questions.
I
So
still don't get what I've got. It. I see.
oh,
If I'm right, I think as an agency, I get unlimited support myself. But is that
yep,
against everything, or is that just AI?
that's everything.
And then,
Everything GHL. Yep.
okay, so customer wise, then I have a few sub accounts already on there, but they're not actually live clients. Do Extendly charge me the $39 for each of those that are already there, or do
No,
they only charge me for anybody they on board? So if I start doing extra snapshot sub accounts, I'm not going to get charged for those, am I?
So with the $39, how it works is so anybody that Extendly's doing the AI implementation for, so the 6 calls and all of that sort of
Yep,
thing, and
which is the
providing
blueprint. Yeah.
yeah, which is a blueprint, providing 24/7, 365 live chat support for anything high level. So that's the $39 a month. And let's say you have a client that is just using the CRM, not using the AI and all of that sort of thing. But you don't have to provide support for them. But if you want to give them access to support, that's going to cost $29 a month.
29, not 39.
But the 39 is the AI implementation, the 29 support.
I've not seen two prices at all. I've only seen a price at $39 a month.
Yeah, it should be set up when you're onboarding your agency, but the ones that aren't getting the implementation calls
Yeah.
and just getting support are $29 a month.
So
The
how do
ones
we
get
tell Extendly which are which as we take somebody on even?
Yeah, so basically when they go through the AI implementation, so when we're setting up your agency and all that sort of thing, you'll say account A, B, C, D, we're going to do the implementation and all of that sort of thing. E, F, and G, we're going to leave alone. And then when they come through and they go through an implementation call, we'll be charging them $39 a month.
Still don't get that. So if I sign somebody up
Yep.
today, it doesn't matter which level they're having. How does Extendly know which level they're having at the start? Because obviously they're going to onboard every customer, aren't they now? Whether they're
Um,
AI or CRM.
no, just the AI ones. So the implementation is just for the ones that you've got on the AI offer.
But the AI offer was upgraded to the blueprint.
Yeah, so but you might have accounts that aren't using AI employee features.
Yeah.
So you don't
But
need to
they were being onboarded as part of the original AI offer because they
were
were,
they?
as far as I was concerned, they were.
I didn't think they were. So, from my understanding of it, and I will ask for clarification and I'll get back to you, is anybody that's on the 39, anybody that is doing the AI implementation, so the setup of the AI, the onboarding into the AI, the building of the agents, the building of the knowledge base, and then those check-ins going forward every quarter.
That's the blueprint now. But what was being talked about a lot that I kept coming across in clinics and town halls and stuff was people were saying they don't need the AI, but they just wanted the CRM onboarding and stuff like that. So they didn't
Yep.
need it all. So it gave me the impression, maybe wrongly, that CRM was still part of it and we were still onboarded for that.
Okay, because
Um,
we've got our standard CRM onboarding, so the 2 onboarding calls and all
mm.
of that sort of thing still, but that's not part of the blueprint package.
So how do I onboard somebody who just wants the CRM side?
Then you would purchase I gather that you would purchase onboardings, and they start at 149 each for the
I've
two
had
1 hour
nothing about
onboarding
I've
calls.
had nothing telling me about any of that.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
not sure because
I don't think
Charles.
that's right. So
Okay,
yeah, I don't think that's right. Jacqui, the
But
best thing for you to do, okay, absolute authority on this, you
let's go
can
back to
find
Justin.
No, not even, you don't even have to go back to Justin. Just send an email to WLO@getextendly.com. White label
WL.
onboarding. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
WLO, white label onboarding at getextendly.com.
Okay.
Send an email. It goes directly to the management team of White Label Onboarding and say, hey, this is what I'm signed up for. I just need to know
I get.
what my actual onboarding process looks like, if they're using AI and if they're not using AI. And they will look into your account, see what you've purchased, and they will be able to definitively tell you, because that is their puppy. That is their baby. That's all they do is onboarding in that team. So,
Okay.
but that'll go straight to the managers, and they'll
Okay.
be able to tell you exactly what the process is according to your SOP.
Yeah.
If you need to make changes to your SOP, that is the ultimate team that to contact when it comes to your onboarding.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Except the CS team's doing the implementation calls.
Yeah, but they'll know exactly what's going on with all that. So that's why I say just go to them, and they will be able to tell you definitively what is happening with your customers.
Sure.
And if they don't know, they will figure it out, and you'll get one concise answer.
Yeah.
Which I think is what you're looking for.
Definitely. So
because I know that they did change recently. They had these different pipeline, there was.
Yeah, and that's why I'm in a mess, because we went through the level up and I signed up to all the level up stuff, and then they brought out Blueprint and they've moved me across, and things are working, some things aren't, haven't got a clue what, where, how. And then obviously we bought the webinar upgrade as well. And I just haven't got a clue what's going on.
Yeah, no, you're fine. And there was a little bit there where, I mean, we had meetings after meetings after meetings trying to figure out how to best consolidate this onboarding, because it was getting, like, you think it was confusing for you. You have no idea how confusing it was on the other side of the table. Because it's like, okay, there's like, we got 3 different options up in the air here. So how are we going to put this all into one funnel? Do we need 3 separate onboarding? Like, it was hyper confusing. It did get resolved. It's been very much streamlined now, to where essentially the process should work for everyone, no matter what the case. Cool. And so that's why I say reach out to the White Label Onboarding team. They will be able to tell you the exact process that each of them will go through, whether it's with the onboarding team per se or the implementation team.
That'll give me clarification.
They know the entire process start to finish.
Okay. So one little other question then, in terms of support, what's expected turnaround? I know customer service and billing only work office hours, but I was under the impression that it was 24/7 support. So how long am I supposed to wait for ticket responses, especially when we can't raise tickets? Because like we're going a day at a time, especially with the time difference, before we even get a response. We mostly get a response at 5:30 at night when we've finished them for the day. So it's now another day before we even get to be able to respond about a ticket.
Are you contacting the support through the widget, are you, Jacqui, or through email, or what are you doing there?
I'm emailing support app, because the widget button half works, half doesn't. Currently on OS, my widget button says it's down, contact GHL directly or send an email to support at Extendly, even though they're saying there's nothing wrong with my widget and I'm absolutely fine and my account hasn't lost my access. So I'm very confuddled in terms of what I'm getting.
So when you're reaching out through the widget and asking questions, that is 24/7, 365.
But what is the turnaround expected? I don't want to say I'm not getting a response, and it should only be 24 hours before I hear from somebody, if it should be 2 or 3 hours, or what's
I will tell you, if you go into the chat and it escalates to a ticket, or you ask them to create a ticket, typical turnaround is most queries are resolved within 24. And I say this loosely because tickets usually mean it's a much more complicated issue. So it's hard to put a rock solid number on it, because usually if it's to a ticket, it could be something with high level. It could be anything. So I'm going to say 24 to 48 hours. 48 hours kind of be on the long side of it.
Yeah.
It's something like they had to go in and investigate. Typically speaking, if it's nothing crazy, they'll usually respond and have a solution that you can implement within 24 hours, typically speaking. Tickets are, yes, there are 24/7 team members that do go through tickets. There is not as many staff on the ticketing side as there are on the live chat for obvious reasons.
Yep.
Obviously, live chat, you have to have people there answering
Yep.
questions. But ticketing can take up to 24 hours. Typically speaking, you'll get a first response. You'll usually get an autoresponder within, or it looks like an autoresponder. It's actually where the agent is flipping it. Okay, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm investigating, and it generates an auto response to you saying, "We've got your ticket. We're looking into it." You've
And
probably seen those
that
emails.
to me then is confirmation it's in process, but I'm not even getting
Correct.
that.
Correct. So typically that will happen within anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, depending on when you're submitting the ticket.
Yeah.
You know, but you usually receive a response in 24 hours, max 48 if it's like, now the only times I've seen it go higher is if there's something crazy going on with GoHighLevel and they're getting inundated with
No,
tickets.
that's fair enough. So
and that's
realistically, though, I
something
should be
that's
able to get
outside of our control.
Realistically, we should be able to get a response and fix. Hope unless they tell us there's a real problem within 48 hours.
I tell my clients 24 to 48 hours. You should have a workable solution, or they've done some investigation and they need something from you at this point, that like they can't go any further until they get something from you.
That's fair enough.
All that should happen within 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
So typical resolution time, I think based off of last month's metrics, resolution was, even on complex issues, was under 72 hours. Which again, tickets usually only come about because the agent and their manager that's on duty at that time cannot come up with a quick solution for chat. And then so it just,
I think my biggest
rather than
frustration,
keep you waiting here for 20 minutes while we try to figure something out, let's go ahead and turn it into a ticket, and that way you can
I think for me the biggest frustration is because we can't raise our own tickets still.
Well,
I'm having to go through everybody, and I'm waiting for responses, and even sending stuff in when I know you guys are now awake. It was 24 hours before I got responses back.
I understand, and it has been brought up. It's a very complicated process to let agencies write their own tickets in the ticketing dashboard. It is a very complicated process because of how Freshdesk works. It's been talked about, discussed many times. I've brought it up myself. I get it. I will say that if you're emailing support at GetExtendly, that goes through a filter. So think of it as an inbox filter. Depending on subject line or body of the message, it may go to your account manager. It may go to the account management team before it even goes to support. Because a lot of times that's generally what that is, hey, my chat widget's not working. So I have no other means of communicating with you except through this email. And usually the account manager will first look at your account, see if there's anything wrong there. And then if there's not, they'll hand it off to tech. Tech will investigate. Is it something with the widget? Is there JavaScript? Is it OS? Is it the agency? There's a lot of different paths that has to go through. So emailing support may take a little bit longer than going through chat and creating a ticket, if that makes sense. Because in there, they already know the context of it, and they can mark it to a specific department or a specific person. And so it can get escalated much quicker that way. But I get it. If you're not able to communicate with chat, that makes that avenue a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it did. So, okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know what the typical should be, because obviously moving forwards, hopefully I've got everything straight.
Here's the thing, and I want everybody to know this. If you feel, we want to keep the Facebook community positive. But if you have a ticket number or you are having an issue, feel free to go into the Facebook group and tag Steven, tag myself, like we do not mind that at all. We want to know if there's an issue,
I'd
and
rather
we
send you
will.
a private message because I
I mean,
agree about not doing it publicly because it gets into a shit
yeah.
show.
Well, I mean, we don't mind it. Like there was a post I think yesterday. Steven commented on it. Hey, can someone help me with this ticket? We got closed and didn't really see the resolution, and we jumped right on it. It's
Yeah,
good to do it in the Facebook group because there's a multitude of us that are monitoring that Facebook group. So where I may not see your message for 4 hours,
yeah,
Steven might
I'm
have
here.
gotten the notification for the Facebook group. That's why I say put
Yeah.
it in the
yeah.
Facebook group
Okay,
because there's a lot of us watching that Facebook group. So
yeah,
you're more likely to get it seen there than a direct message.
sure. I'm
And,
quite
And we
happy to
don't
do
mind
that.
that.
Yeah, I just don't want people because I see so many people putting
No, you're
negative
fine.
in there,
No,
and it
you're
gets
fine.
into yeah.
That is
Okay,
not negative. That is not
yeah,
negative. You're
that's fine.
fine to do that. If it's been, if you feel like it's just gotten missed or, it's very urgent and you're like, hey, this is really affecting one of my clients. Can you guys help me out and see if this could be escalated? Just post your ticket number in the group and say, hey, can someone check on this ticket and see if it needs to be escalated? We're more than happy. Trust me,
Sure.
when we see posts like this, we respond, we go straight into Slack and Kumo Space and start tracking people down to get them on top of that ticket.
Yeah.
And that's
Trust
exactly what I do, Jacqui. I'd post that was there. I take a screenshot. I go into the Slack channel with the CS team and say, hey, this guy is looking for this. Can somebody reach out and link into the CRM, screenshot of what's going on? And away we go. So yeah, do it. And we're friends on Facebook. You can reach out to me because I am UK hours. You
Yeah.
are UK hours. And I'll also tag the people that start the earliest in the CS team that can get
Yeah.
working on it for
And
you as
that's
well.
the thing I'm trying to be mindful of. I don't want to be saying, oh, I haven't had a response. It's been 2 hours when I know full well that America's all asleep still. And I know customer service billing are only office hours and stuff like that. So I kind of I bite my tongue and sit and wait. And once everything's straightened out, I'm sure it'll be fantastic.
It will, and once you can use that widget, it will make it a hell of a lot easier for you because it's monitored. You can be talking to a human being within 2 minutes, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's going to be even better for you because all of the Americans aren't taking up the support staff's time then. So you actually get better service being in Australia and the UK through that support widget.
Super. Thank you.
But I'll also dig to the bottom of there is some confusion on how we're delivering the
But also
AI, the blueprint to people that have got clients and not got clients and existing agencies and non-existing agencies and all of that sort of thing that we are working out. Charles seems to know more about it than me. And I'm going to pitch my idea to Charles and maybe he can get it across the line for me. There's no perfect answer at the moment, but we will work out that perfect answer.
Yeah.
Because Charles, your understanding, are you using the AI? Are you using the AI offer, the blueprint offer in your agency?
I wish I was. You guys are getting a hell of a lot cheaper than I pay. So my understanding is that once you sign up, every account, you pay the entry offer, and then each sub account that you want onboarded and supported, you pay $39 a month for. Now, that could be either out of your pocket or through, if they're on AI employee, through the affiliate portion of employee. So, but regardless, it's the same process.
Yep.
To the end user, it's the same process. And what the heck does that mean? They are going to go through the same onboarding funnel. And so when they check out, they go to every one of your customers follows the same process. They fill out the forms, and then they schedule their tech call. That is where it's all starting for the customer. And then the CS team and the onboarding team take it from there depending on what you have enabled in the sub account. That's how I understand it. It
Right.
is
Okay.
not something that the agency has to worry about, because that
Okay.
was one of the biggest frustrations
Mm.
is like, you take my instance, I've been running straight SaaS, two onboardings for multiple years now. I'm like, this process works for me. I've got my onboarding funnel down pat. I've got reminders. Like, I do not, if I need to create a different funnel, we can do that, and I can direct them one way or the other. That's fine. I can make it
Mm.
seamless. But the added complication of that is if there's two different calendars, and this is what all the discussion that we went through is, how do we filter this on the backside of how do we monitor two calendars, make sure that they don't overlap? What if one cancels on one calendar? Now we've got an opening. We can't, it just, there's a lot of moving parts to this. And
So
so that's why they said, okay, we're just going to stick with what we got. It is the simplest solution. It's worked forever. And so we're just going to keep that as the starting point. The rest of it's internal. The customer knows no different. The agency knows no different.
so if I've got somebody who does want the I won't have set them up as an account, because I thought that was when they fill in the checkout and the form, the onboarding, it all populates a new sub account, doesn't it? So how
Okay,
does it
so
know that they're AI
you
or
you
not?
you so it's based off your SaaS plan. So like how they know, if I sign up Steven as an AI customer, he's going to a SaaS plan
Yeah.
where
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm including AI employee in his SaaS plan.
Yeah. I get that.
So
Yeah.
they can see that in his they can see it at my agency level, which sub accounts have the AI employee. They
Yeah.
can also see it in the sub account as well.
Okay.
And so
Got it. Yeah.
they know which ones have AI employee and which ones don't. And all they do is they check for that, and then they check to see if you have the affiliate code in
Which I do.
on the
Yeah.
agency
Yeah.
side, so they know that they're going to get paid. And then they do a double verification on the affiliate just to see that it registered through the affiliate, in case like, oh, I
So
signed Steven up, but I didn't put the affiliate code in until after Steven signed up,
so I
so I
need
haven't
two
actually
SaaS
paid
plans
for it.
then, really. CRM
Yes,
only,
yes,
AI only,
absolutely.
and maybe a
Yeah.
combined. So three maybe then.
Mm.
However you want to do, I mean, that is strictly up to you.
Yeah.
How you want to arrange your plans. That has
Yeah.
nothing to do
But
with
for
how the
them to know
blueprint
what to
offer
do. Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
What they're looking for is that AI employee being enabled. That's how they know it's an
Yeah.
AI
Mm.
customer. Um, so
But they still go
that's a
through full
process.
onboarding at $39, assuming we've done that.
So
Yeah,
Charles,
they're looking at the enabled features. So if
Yeah.
they go into the sub account and they say, okay, everything's turned on, AI employees on,
Yeah.
you're going to end up with 4 calls. It's going to be a training, a first
Test
call
and
for the
then
AI,
yeah.
first call for the AI, gathering all that information for the AI, and then they're going to do a training and then an implementation launch call. It's always going to end up being, the least it's ever going to be is 2 calls.
Yeah.
That's if you're just selling the CRM. Um, the most it's ever going to be is 4 calls, and that's whether you're doing AI or you're doing AI and CRM. It's still only going to be four
Yeah.
calls. They just modify. They have different SOPs
Yeah.
based on it. But again, the end customer doesn't know any different. The agency really doesn't even know any different, and they don't have to, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, because trust me, I am keen on being hands off and letting people do what
Automating
they
it all.
need to
Yeah.
do. So yeah, it does not, you do not have to worry about it. You just need to build your SaaS plans to where it makes sense for whatever you're offering.
Yeah.
If you're offering CRM, like I have 3 different plans. I have one plan that's just a CRM,
Yeah.
297, get everything in the CRM, pay as you go. And then my 397 includes AI employee, and then
Yeah.
my 497 includes other stuff. But that's how my plans are laid out. And so if they go with the 397, they're still going to go into the same exact onboarding form. Now, what you're talking about when it comes to forms, there's onboarding forms, and then there's, and I know they've combined this. I'm a bit of a legacy model in this. I still use the old sign up for onboarding forms. I don't use the OS forms. but I think they're using that OS forms in that process now. Yeah, so I'm a bit of a dinosaur in that. But you don't have to worry about it. The onboarding team will make sure your funnel is correct and set up the way that it needs to be for all of this to run smoothly.
Yeah.
And that's why I said just email. If you have questions about it, email them.
Yeah.
Because they will be able to, they know every bit of the process down to the penny.
And that's the WLO email address you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because ultimately the buck stops with them. They
Yeah.
are the onboarding team. And so, while they may not do all parts of it within their department, they have to oversee it all to make sure it's at the end of the day, it's their heads that are going to roll if something gets missed.
Yeah.
So that's why I say they know the process, they know exactly what's happening, they know the onboarding funnels, they know the OS forms, they know all of that. That's why I said just email them if you have any questions. They will be able to answer. If you need to update your SOP, they're the ones that hold on to your they can, advise or tell you, no, don't touch that, don't worry about it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
they'll be able to take care of you.
You explain things so well, Charles. I'm going to ask you a question on Jacqui's behalf.
Thank you.
So Jacqui's got two plans. She's got the CRM plan and the AI plan. We know that they sign up for AI. It's a certain SaaS plan. She's got Extendly as the affiliate link. So Extendly work that out. Don't charge her $39 a month because of the affiliate link. Onboard her clients and things like that. But somebody signs up for the other plan, the CRM plan, and we sort out the onboarding. We're going to do all of that, whether it's 2 calls or whether it's included. How do those clients get support and things like that going forward?
So I'm glad you asked that question. I hope everybody is listening, okay?
Yes,
Because
please.
I
Charles
was like,
explains.
how am I going to do this? Because there's 2 different ways they can get AI employee. They can come in on the front side and buy a package, a SaaS plan that has AI employee. Well, we know how that's going to work. They're just going to go through the normal onboarding process, fine, laxy daisy, don't have to worry about anything. But what happens if they're on the CRM offer and they buy AI employee in app? How does that work? So you have to set up you need one workflow, one trigger, 2 actions. Okay. You really only need 1 action, but you could do 2 as a safeguard. The trigger is that product being purchased. Global product, AI employee. Okay. It doesn't matter how it's bought. You need to do product purchase and set it to a global product and the AI employee. Okay. That's going to be your trigger. Then you're going to do an internal email notification. And it's going to go to WLO@getextendly.com. Okay. And you're simply going to put the subject line, current account dash AI employee upgrade. And put in there, merge the customer information into the email. Here's the customer. Here's their email. This customer recently upgraded to AI employee. We have you set as the affiliate, so we're paying the $39. And through the affiliate program, we would like to start their implementation for AI. This is a system notification. Please do not respond. Very simple. Okay. Don't put a bunch of fluff in there. They don't have time to read a book. Okay. Just put in all the customer information that you have, name, phone number, email, business name, and then that they recently upgraded to AI employee, and you need that part of it. It is not a problem. They will get a hold of them. They will set it all up. Okay. I don't do anything besides I send a notification to myself. That's the second action, just so I get a notification that they did buy. I get a notification through Stripe anyways, but I just do it in there. So that also lets me know that's my last action. So I know the workflow fired. But that's it. You just need to notify them. If you wanted to, you could also CC billing. So if you were paying $39 out of pocket for that account, you could CC billing at GetExtendly and go ahead and get that ball rolling of getting it converted to where, okay, now we're no longer charging you for that sub account because now you're paying through the affiliate program because they bought AI employee. But that's all you need to do. Internal email notification, WLO at GetExtendly, and carbon copy billing at GetExtendly, and I'll get you all sorted, and you don't even have to think about it.
I think the
Great.
easiest option is just sign everybody up to AI employee. It's done all done then.
Great tips, Charles. But you didn't answer my question. So they're signing up to the CRM plan only, and they're not going to use AI employee. Then how do they get chat support and things like that through the widget if Jacqui's not paying $39 a month or the affiliate side of things?
Well, you're either going to, so for every sub account, unless you turn chat support off, you are going to either get billed $39 a sub account, or it's going to come through the affiliate.
Yeah, 29 it is now, Charles.
29, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
But you explain things really well.
Yeah. It's one or the, because and part of this is, you have to think about this a lot more than, and this is why, like, I was a little set back when this blueprint offer came out in the first place, because I was in the webinar for a few minutes, and Beyond's right. Like the SOPs, the internal documents that you're able to customize and everything, that used to be reserved for enterprise. That was one of the things that we were paying a crap ton of money every month for. And, having catered support more than just, generic support. That was one of the benefits of getting to enterprise. However, it comes with a very big price tag, and you're billed per minute on chat support, just FYI. Okay. So not only is it a much larger monthly bill, but you have a set amount of minutes. You go over that, you pay overage fees. But you're essentially getting all those benefits for the $39 a month. Okay. Now, at some point, and it's been brought up, well, if I have 50 sub accounts or 75 sub accounts or 100 sub accounts, $39 an account, that's a lot of money. You're right, it is. You can also, at any point when you're ready to transition, you can contact sales or support, or go through the chat widget on the Extendly website, and say, I need to talk to my account manager about possibly upgrading to enterprise. And they will lay out, there are still some differences between the two. And they will lay out the pricing. They'll let you know what the packages are, and you can make that choice. The problem is there was no good transition before. It's either you went from paying, maybe $1,000 a month or something for unlimited support for all your accounts, to starting out at $3,500 a month plus minutes. That's a big jump for a lot of people. And so this makes it a much easier transition, because you're able to get that level of service at a much lower rate than what you could previously. And you can work yourself up to the point where it's like, okay, I'm ready to fine tune this even more, get some dedicated agents on the ticketing side, to where I know it's the same one or two, maybe three people that are always working on all my tickets within my agency. They know my agency inside and out. Like, that's some of the benefits of enterprise. I can get very specific on rules of who to email when and how, and like, you can get crazy specific in enterprise, but you pay a price for it. So once you start scaling, you can look at trading over to enterprise. You can absolutely come out of the blueprint model and go into enterprise, maintain all the benefits that you have from the blueprint, and just add on even more benefits by going into that enterprise contract. So that's kind of, from start to finish. That's the thought process behind it, is that a lot of people wanted the benefits, some of the benefits from the enterprise. They just couldn't afford the $3,500 a month plus. And so that's where it comes in. But you do get to a point of skill where that makes sense. So hopefully that answers.
Yeah. Do you want me to pitch you my idea of how to make it work easier?
Sure.
Come on, Charles.
And Don, I have a I talked to BrandPod, so I have something for you.
Oh, okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
But Don, you got your hand up, mate. While your hand up, mate, you must be getting sore holding your hand up for so long. Well, what's up, mate?
Yes, no worries. I'm doing other stuff. How y'all doing today?
Good in
I've got
yourself?
I've got a couple questions. One is related to voice AI, and it goes back to when voice AI was first introduced. And I'm going to share my screen real quick to explain this. But what I'm kind of annoyed about now is that when when it takes a call, okay, like this call here, it comes in, and you've got your contact record that's created, and unfortunately now it only creates in the notes field a summary, just a summary of that call. So, unless I were to build a workflow or do something else, unfortunately now if I want to see well, I get an email, okay, I'll get the email, sure, with the transcript in it. But if I wanted to just go directly into the CRM or just go directly into GoHighLevel and look to see what this transcript was, I go into my conversations or I go into my contact record, all I see is the summary, and I have to go all the way over here and all the way in here and all the way down here and pick it and do this to see the transcript. Instead of just being able to see this transcript right directly in the contact's record.
Hold on one second. I think I don't think you need to build anything new. I think you just need to change one thing. Let me give me
That's
one
what I was
second. I'll
wondering
tell
if
you
there
for
was
sure.
one setting. Yeah, if there was one setting I was missing or something with this.
It's basically, yeah, transcript created, put it into the notes.
Yeah.
But that should
So
be automatic. Yeah.
so this is just the way this action is set up. You just need to change one thing. Okay.
Okay.
So can you go to the workflow that this is being entered by?
Well, I thought this was happening automatically, but I have
No,
my,
it's
is it,
and if you're not sure,
okay, I
well,
guess
this was
then,
on the demo agent because I saw the demo.
I guess it would be, well, I've
It's
got
not.
that. What's that?
Go back to workflows. Go to the demo one.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, that's for the demo. That's a different agent.
Okay. Do me a favor. Go back to the contact example that you had up.
Yeah,
Okay.
here's an example.
Go to actions on the left next to D&D. No, on the left.
On
There you go. All fields, D&D, actions, go to actions. Expand workflows. And then, okay, it's so it went through the biz pilot. So click that.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, this particular one was a call with the demo agent. Actually,
Yeah.
this one was. So it did get handled by this work. I don't know why that's not coming up. Refresh that.
Of course, it starts coming up right as you hit the refresh button.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go to the builder. Okay, so this one isn't it. The note is being added by the bot, but I can tell you. So go to the builder, and then click the plus button above the send thank you and booking SMS, and then type in note. Add to notes, and then in here, click in to type a message.
Yeah.
Okay. Type in like dash 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 full transcript below dash dash dash, something to kind of break it. Okay, hit return again. Go to your the tag, your merge fields, far left.
Oh, I am sorry. Custom values.
Go to voice AI, transcript.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah. Most people will not want the transcript. Most people don't have time for the transcript. That's why they're using voice AI. That's why they lean more towards the summary, because it gets you the bullet points of what you need to know. You can call them back. At least you know where the conversation was or started, or you have the general idea, so you're not looking like a buffoon when you call them back. But
Yeah.
like I would look at a summary, call them back. I would never read an entire transcript. I understand the importance of having it, but that way it'll automatically create that transcript. So you have both. You'll have the summary. If they just want to read the summary, they can, or they can
Okay.
read that.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
So that's it.
That's perfect. That helps solve
Super
that.
simple. Yep.
Yeah. The next question, the last question is just it's a bit of a qualitative question, and it's regarding snapshots, and it's regarding anybody's opinion, I guess, on, well, let me ask it this way. I have experimented quite a bit with the Extendly universal small business snapshot. And there's so much stuff in there, and to me, it's very complicated. And what I have not done is done much exploration of high levels, standard snapshot templates, all these. And I'm just wondering anybody's opinion about if you want to just spin up quick snapshots, to go, whether it's worth my time to try to.
So I will tell you what.
Anyway.
I will tell you how these are built. So these are not bad snapshots. You have to understand, though, that they are micro snapshots. They are built for one of two purposes: either driving ads to them to a special offer. They're all offer based. So
Okay.
in every one of these, there's a landing page that is based around an offer. Okay,
Right.
whether it's, buy three, like the automotive or tire shop might be, buy two, get two, or buy three, get one, or, lifetime balance and rotate if you buy four, like whatever their offer is. Okay, there's always an offer page that you can drive ads to. All these are meant to do is capture customer info. That's it.
Okay. And
Either
the
submit a
associate,
lead form,
yeah,
or schedule an appointment. And that's
and
it.
the
They're
workflow, the
very,
workflows to back it up. Yeah.
yeah, they are very simple snapshots. That's not to say that they're bad,
Yeah.
but if the person is not getting any kind of traffic, their funnel, like, there's not a lot in there as far as operational. It's all geared towards either appointments or someone filling out a form.
Okay. So very limited compared to, for example, the
Oh,
universal small
absolutely.
business.
There is no comparison
Okay.
whatsoever. There's
Okay.
no comparison.
Okay.
These are
All right.
miniature snapshots. They're good at what they are, but you will also see if you go into, like, just go into any one of them. It doesn't matter.
Just,
Go to setup guide. The setup guide
yeah.
basically lays this out. So all these setup guides, they're all essentially the same. They're all catered to the quick wins, which
Yeah.
is let's get them leads, let's get them appointments.
Right.
Okay, you'll
I've
see,
read through all
yeah,
this. Yeah.
you'll see in
Yeah, I've
all
read
of
through.
these that there are, connecting your Facebook and, yeah, tap to pay. It's all very simple stuff. Missed call text back, live chat widget, text snippet
Yeah.
test snippet replies, video replies, but then there's a part in this where it talks about the funnels and websites that are there, and there's usually a part in this that talks about ads as well.
Right. So
Because
they
that's their
don't,
mindset behind it.
yeah. And so this is actually my other question. High level doesn't really, they don't really update all these snapshots very much. They're just what they are.
No,
They've always been this way,
no.
and that's it.
They're built in a way where they don't really have to be up. There's nothing really to update.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
how simple and miniature they are. Is there's really nothing to update in them.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they wouldn't go about, making them better over time. They just
no,
put them out there and they
no.
just have left them and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. If you have no
Okay.
other resources, you got $97 and you need to create an account, here's some templates for you to get started with.
Yeah. Okay.
That's their approach to it. Yeah.
And
Okay.
just to
Okay.
touch on the small business snapshot, Don, like I once upon a time had an agency and built an agency and sold an agency. And Charles will attest to this too, because I know Charles uses a small business snapshot as well. You are right, it is a lot. It's too much for a lot of businesses as well, but you can
Yeah.
also, you can turn off automations, you can hide things in the menu through CSS and all of that sort of thing. And, I use that small business snapshot for businesses from MLM marketers to coaches to lawyers to supermarkets to junk removal to lawn mowers to tree loppers and everything in between. And I used that snapshot as a base to build everything around. So a tweak to the landing page, a tweak to the emails, a tweak to the SMSs, and you've got a new niches snapshot. And what that allowed me to do, Don, is using that same base is I did group training calls every Wednesday where we talk about automation A103 and B607 and all of those bits and pieces. And everybody from different niches and different genres was on that call, and they all had that same workflow. They had the same automations, and the snapshot worked in the same way. And then I broke those training calls every Wednesday I did down into bite-sized bits and put them into my knowledge base, which was all searchable by AI. That snapshot, as well as there's even white labeled guides to how that snapshot works that are client facing that you can put in there that have been created by Jonah Cockshaw, who used to be in the CS team of Extendly. So you can simplify it as well, but it's a really good base to build around. Any thoughts there, Charles? I know you're doing similar things.
Yeah. Well, I'll jump in and say this. Way back when I first got it, because it didn't fit with the way I think, because I really did not like all of that numbering nomenclature, I went through and painstakingly renamed everything.
Okay.
And I mean everything
Yeah.
to something that using like a 3-digit code
Yeah.
for things that made a lot more sense to me.
Okay.
But I haven't come back to that, but it's for example, things like, I won't bother going into this, but
Gotcha. Yeah.
I renamed every asset and I took out all of that A and B and all that
Yeah.
nomenclature, which I couldn't follow. I couldn't
Okay.
make sense of that,
Yep.
And so I named it something that where I know if I see a workflow or if I see a trigger link or if I see a snippet and it has FOR in it, I know that it's related to forms. If it has, if it has CAL in the name, I know it's related to calendars.
Yep.
That was my naming convention.
Let me, because this literally just happened yesterday. Don, if you could stop sharing your screen real quick, I want to make sure this happened during the webinar yesterday. So I want to make sure this is brand new. None of you have probably seen it. But what Steven was talking about is, so I have it in my learning. I use the small business exclusively for all my accounts, no matter what. I have a course that is called Setting Up Your Pre-Built Business System. Admins should start here, okay? And this is the first course I grant them when they sign up. I don't even grant them all the other stuff until later. But when they go in here, there's course contents, and this is assign users to calendars, assign a user within the appointment canceled workflow. These are all items, because I'm hands off, okay? I'm not setting this up for clients. They're setting this up themselves. But this is a course that takes them through all the parts and how it works. So the things that they need to set up to make the small business fully operational, and also how it works, how the generic nurture, list cleanup, database reactivation, payment, and they can refer back to this at any time. The reason I bring this up is during the webinar last night, there was a conversation that was happening in the back channel between Jacqui, Jonah, and I were all chatting. I've been pushing them to get this in there. They finally put it in here. In your Ultimate Small Business Snapshot course, there's now a label that says interested in white label videos. Click that.
Okay.
So there's a category interested in white label videos, and it'll say my GHL coach. That is Jonah. He used to work at Extendly, which Steven was talking about. You can click here, and there's a coupon code for $50 off as well. So if you want something that is client facing, that's built for the client, it basically what Jonah does, he took the agency training that Extendly has, reworked it to where it is client facing, and all his
So it's similar to what you created, but
this is his course. I bought his course.
This is his. Oh, this
Yeah.
is his course. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
done. I'm lazy. If I can pay someone to do it, I'm gonna do that. But all the videos, these are actually scribes. And the nice thing about this is they can play it as a video, or they can go step by step. It animates, it moves the mouse, it shows them exactly where to click. It's all white labeled. It even has, click settings. And they can go to the next one. They can just hit play, and it'll just continuously go through each step of the process. And it's all laid out underneath exactly what to do in text, but they can watch the video, and it.
Wow. Okay. But of course, this all references the
You'd have to
module.
rename everything, Don. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
The
I wouldn't
module
rename
level.
everything. I would just, re-download or take it where you imported it originally and use the original. But yes, this references the modules as they were written.
How much is this in
It's
this particular course?
$150, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember.
159 or something like that, I think it was. One-time
Something like
charge.
that. 197, you get $50 off, so 147.
Okay, and this
Yeah.
in this course, it's just one single course,
It's one single course. Yep.
and
you
it goes through all the elements of the universal
that they
small
need
business.
to. Yes.
Yep.
That they need to. It goes through everything that they need to set up as a customer. And now, granted, if you're doing this as an agency, if you're doing this for your client, you don't necessarily need this. I would still argue that it would be beneficial to at least have the how it works in there. Even if you're doing all the setup and filling in custom fields and assigning users and things, I would still say this is well worth it. So they have some point of reference of how this thing works, this business in a box system that you're selling.
Exactly. I mean, believe it,
So, yeah.
this was on my roadmap, my to-do
Jonah did
list
it.
to create this for myself. So yeah, okay, here it is. This is what I've been wondering about.
If you have
Okay.
the Ultimate Small Business, all you need to do is go to learn.getextendly, go into your Ultimate Small Business course, and after the first 3 modules, you'll see a module that says interested in white label videos.
Yeah.
There's the My GHL coach, and then it's just got some information in here. There's a link right here. Just click that, and it'll take you over to his page where he's got a video overviewing it, FAQs, and
All right. Well, this could change my direction on all of this.
So this just happened yesterday, so I wanted to make sure everybody knew it was in that course. If now or later you decide to grab it, it's right there inside of your white label course.
Yeah.
And if you ever get an email from me, the link's in my email signature for him as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Jonah's a great guy. Jonah's a stand-up guy.
Awesome.
Can't say enough good about him.
But
Okay. And
Social Blast Pro, I know you all. Sorry, Don, you still going?
yeah, well, Charles, I'll get with you later on that you said something about
Well,
brand
so
pod.
real quick, so the only current solution is you're going to have to create folders manually. However, Q2, the plan is to try to integrate shared folders. And so you would be able to select a shared folder at the account level, and at the export level, be able to select a folder. So you could create a shared drive that
Yeah.
is brand pod, and then you could have client folders inside of that. Stage 3 of this, so stage 1 is where you're at. That's stage 2, deeper Google Drive integration for better organization. Stage 3 is a full approve, disapprove kind of UI content library inside of the platform.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, that's good to
That's where
know.
it's going. So,
Okay. Perfect.
yep.
Thanks much, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, Social Blast, thank you for keeping your hand up for so long.
I have a question regarding that schema markup generator or how that works. Is there any best practice to use that or yeah?
I refer to Charles. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So.
So it is a very manual process right now. I will tell you that. You have to go through and you have to add in all the information. The thing you want to remember is just like online listings, you want to make sure everything matches. And when you're doing your schema markup, when you're putting in the business name, phone number, it needs to align with whatever is unified on your local listings. Business name wise, punctuation, phone number, social profiles, like it needs to match up 100%. You can generate it through there. Make sure that you get down to the specific category. That's probably one of the biggest things. There's sometimes confusion between organization and local business. An organization is not a local business. If this is a mom and pop, do not select organization. Select local business. And then you can search and get down to the specific category. Like I was working with a sushi restaurant. And I think that was, we got down to restaurant, I think was as far as we could get on that, as far as like the category. But just painstakingly go through it, fill it all out as much as possible, and then save. Now, if you have been using a schema markup generator, or if you're like, you know what, I'm just not sure what the best practice is, I recommend going to either one of the LLMs, Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, and use deep research. You'll have to use deep research for this. And ask it, I am building schema for my business that is, XYZ business in this city and state. If you have the address, put in the full address so it's only looking at that business. You want to put in as much information that you know is true and ultimate, and ask it to research the company and build a local business schema markup. And then, because in that schema tool, you can either go through all the prompts and fill it all in and it will generate schema, or you can paste in existing schema. You
Yeah,
can
I
do
like
it
that
either way.
JSON
You can
record.
do it either
Exactly.
way. So if you want deep research to go out there, but even if AI is generating, you still need to go through that schema markup and make sure it makes sense. AI
Yeah.
is not perfect, okay? So you still need to manually review it. Now, where do you put the schema and what pages? This is probably the biggest confusion point. If it's a restaurant, there's different schemas for different things. If it's a restaurant, there is actually a menu schema, and you would use that. Okay. There is local business schema. There is e-commerce schema. There are vehicle data schemas. So if you're working with a dealership, and
Wow.
so the schema needs to match the content of the page. Okay. So you're not going to put local business on a page that features the menu.
That
because
makes
that's
sense.
not going to benefit them.
So
Okay.
you basically have to
Now,
do a
if
schema
it
for
is, let's say it's a water and fire damage restoration company, and all their site is like, it's very limited information. It's essentially a two-step funnel.
yeah.
Everything leads to them just filling out a contact form. Then the only schema you're going to be probably able to use there is local business. But if they have a services page, you would use a service schema. And so there's different schemas for different types of pages. And so this goes down a whole rabbit hole. But you know, that's best practice, is to make sure that the schema that you're using is actually the same structure as what that page is intended for. If it's a menu page, if it's an e-commerce page, if it's a services page or pricing page, you know, depending on what it is, services or products or whatever, you just want to make sure that you're selecting the right schema for that particular page.
So like these JSON generators, so it would be best to kind of like take one and then basically run it for each page that I want to have the schema markup.
You could do that, yes. And you just really need to verify it and make sure that it aligns with the page.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Yep.
Good advice. I was just researching a schema. Has anybody got anything else? We're only a couple of minutes over, and we're normally a lot more over. Ed.
In case we offer the free account for a referral partner, is it okay to charge $39 per month?
Well, it's not free then.
The new plan. Right, it's not free. So this way he will get a full experience.
So
I'm
I
just
don't think
wondering
that falls to the customer. I think that falls to you as the agency. If I'm giving away a free account, why would I ask the customer to pay $39? Hey, I'm going to give you a free account, but if you want to get any kind of help, support, or anything, it's $39 a month. That seems kind of, excuse my French, shitty.
Okay.
That's
so
not
if
good
somebody
business.
that's okay.
Is that really the experience you want them to have, that they're going to end up going and talking to someone else about?
I see.
That they're over here nickeling and diming me. They said they were going to give me a free account, but then 2 seconds later they said, "Oh, but you know, if you want any actual support or help or anything, it's going to cost you money."
I see.
Oh, and then he tacked
just-
on the wallet fees, and so it's like, doesn't really feel like a free account anymore.
Just thinking, if it's long term, if he uses it, that's great. If he doesn't, then it might be a ongoing cost.
Long term, the only thing you should be looking at is what you're getting, not usage of the platform. That doesn't matter necessarily. It may not be a good fit for them. You should be looking at how many customers they're referring you. If they're referring you customers, it is absolutely worth. Even if they're only referring you one. If they refer you one, they've paid for their $39.
Got it.
Yeah, that's how you have to look at it. It doesn't matter their utilization. The whole point of giving them a free account is so that, yeah, hopefully they use it, learn more about it, and they'll tell more people. But if they're willing to say, yeah, I played around with it, 30 minutes, I can't use it because of what I do, but I could see the value, and I go start telling people, I don't care if he uses the thing or not. I could care less. All I care about is the end result. I'm getting referrals, which was the whole point of giving them the free account in the first place.
Clear. Thank you.
Yep.
As always, Charles, great answers. Well, I'm going to start renaming this Charles's second call, and I'm just the chair.
No.
Mate, you are a wealth of knowledge. But guys, we're 5 minutes over now. I've got the chat's going off about the blueprint offer, the founders partner program on my screen over there. If you're waiting for your freebies, we just sent the email out with all of the gifts from the webinar that were mentioned yesterday. So they should all be in your inboxes now. But until next week, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to join Charles on Tuesday for his sales calls. Don't forget, Charles still hasn't put the price up on his consulting calls at $100 an hour. It is the best $100 you will ever spend. Believe me. And go and use that small business snapshot. It's bloody good. And until next week, guys, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll take care. We'll see you soon.